What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED and LCD gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're going to try that same Darksiders game, but the Warmastered Edition, which hopefully will run on everything this time. Because, I mean, even the last one didn't really particularly run on the Steam Deck great. It was missing videos, had lots of hiccups in the frame times, and lots of big stutters too. But it was still technically playable, just not if you want to pay attention to the story. So I'm hoping none of that shenanigans happens this time. But hey, let's stop blabbing and let's go find out, shall we? So, we'll try these settings first, which do actually seem like they drop a little lower than like just doing stuff on normal texture and stuff like that. Usually the texture quality does not kill your FPS that much. Maybe an FPS or two, but this one was way more than that, it seemed. But still wanted to try anyway, so let's go ahead and get some of that gameplay, and then we'll try toning the settings down a little too.
Since the dawn of time, the armies of heaven and hell have waged an endless war. Drawn to the conflict was the Charred Council, an entity bound by ancient laws to preserve order and balance. It held that any great power, unchecked, threatened the very fabric of the universe. In time, heaven and hell came to honor the Council and its laws, for none were beyond the swift and terrible justice of the Council's enforcers, a fearsome brotherhood known as the Four Horsemen. Amid the turmoil, the first humans emerged. The Council foretold that these weak but cunning creatures would someday be integral to the balance. Thus, a third kingdom was named, the Kingdom of Man. By order of the Council, a truce was forged between heaven and hell. The Great Pact was bound by 7 seals to be broken at the appointed time, when man's kingdom stood ready for the end war, a battle that would bring balance and determine the ultimate fate of the 3 kingdoms.
So now let's try toning things down a little bit, just down to normal. I believe this is actually the default. I just went down to default, hit default, and was like, all right. So now let's get into the game, I'd say, and see if it improves. And I think it did improve the FPS slightly, but we still couldn't stay above 60 the whole time, no matter what settings I tried, unfortunately. And then I think we even had a crash during some of the cutscenes on the OLED. But maybe that was a different system. We'll have to wait and see. So I was just curious this time around, so I also tried low. Just to see, and we might have picked up an FPS here and there, but the spots that were troublemakers, we were still dropping under 60, unfortunately. But, in any case, why don't we go ahead, hop on into the game, and let's see what it does anyway. So, we'll go ahead and do normal and FSAA for anti-aliasing. And this, I think, is probably about the best way to go. Not perfect by any means, but this is probably how I would play. Anyway, let's get into the game. Let's see what's what.
Horseman approaches.
camera recorded gameplay now. And I just went back to basically maxed out. So there's a very, very slim difference between the two. Which way did I go? Now we'll figure it out eventually. I was supposed to go towards that one thing, but I don't think I go that way. Have to go down this road then, and around. Or maybe not. I don't know if you can go this way either. I don't know, I might glitch it out. Oh, we still got one more road to go down. I'm just gonna go down roads. That's my basic plan. No self-defense. Yeah, there's probably just some messed up shit. Let's try home. It's probably just gonna restart me in the same spot. Might have to just restart the game. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm gonna skip the beginning. We're not gonna watch that again. I already watched that enough. Takes a little longer to load on this one, but it makes sense. How do we run?
Since the dawn of time.
Certain spots is just as bad as the original Steam Deck. Huh. Maybe those settings are just too high. I don't remember it being that much of a difference, but maybe it's just texture quality. Alright. Let's just go see. We'll see it live. Start another game. Do some actual stuff in here. But I have a feeling that it's probably going to be about the same FPS, because that's what it sure seemed like. That's why I went back and did the settings I did. But maybe this wasn't a big difference in the spot I was at, you know? Doesn't mean it won't be the whole time. Seems like the textures in this game really do make a huge difference. We were dropping down into the 40s here. So now we know what to go with right off the bat on the OLED. We're not going to sit here and do a bunch of the ones that suck for no reason. We're just going to skip right to the one that works. You know, still can't. I know it's not going to stay at 60 all the time, but that's okay. Alright, a quick count down to 45, but we're definitely getting higher FPS now. Yeah, a lot of games texture does not really affect the FPS too much as long as you can fill the VRAM. If you got not enough VRAM, it sure doesn't. But yeah, now see, it still got down to the 40s and stuff, 43, maybe not as often. So yeah, that's kind of why I went with the settings I went with. But it does seem to be slightly better in some areas though, for sure. Yeah, definitely still not the greatest experience. It's still playable. And at least you get cutscenes and stuff in this one. So it's either get way better FPS and have no cutscenes, or get worse FPS and get cutscenes. That seems to be the choices on the Steam Deck. It's a shame you can't combine the two. Don't get me wrong, the graphics seem a little bit better, but not so much better that they should be dropping our frames this much. That, you. Good go. No time for that now. Alright, I think it's about time to go move on over to the OLED. Alright, let's get a little camera reported gameplay now. Oh yeah, I forgot, he always gets taken away. No, that's fast you can go, okay. still one left. Guess not. Nope, wrong way. Got that guy with it. Oh? So it seems like this one can also have issues.
Impossible. Abaddon. What is this? Where are my brothers?
Alright, so yeah, it seems like this game's still not exactly a great experience on the Steam Decks there. Well, that's kind of lame. Well, I guess with that, why don't we just wrap on up? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Darksiders Warmastered Edition. And I thought things were going a little bit better in certain ways than the other old game that didn't give us video and stuff, but FPS wasn't one of them, and it still seems to crash randomly. So that's not exactly a great experience, and who knows, it might crash there every single time. Or it might just be completely random. But doesn't seem to be the most playable thing, even though it's verified. Maybe it's just because I had the thing at 16x anisotropic, but I mean, it should be able to handle that. We just went back to normal texture too. So I don't know what was going on with that, but it did crash. So it probably will crash randomly, or maybe in that one spot over and over again. I probably should have checked. We just kind of wrap up when things do that on this channel. Just kind of wrap up. It's like, okay. I mean, unless it did it after like 1 minute, then I'd try a couple more times or something like that. But I just don't think this game was destined to be on the Steam Decks. Hopefully, or it might be a SteamOS thing. Maybe it'll do the same thing to me when I test on the Lenovo, or maybe it'll do it no matter what. Might just be a game thing. Might do it to me on the Allies too. Or Allies still might not be able to play. I hope not. I wasn't able to get any footage on them last time in the last game. It just was impossible to get to run for me anyway. Anyway, I'd say it's about time to wrap up so I can go try. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.